It's a perfect night for a rivalry matchup here at Francis Howell North. As the girls volleyball team is going to be facing the Francis Howell Central Spartans. Good evening, everybody. My name is Joel Bennett. Alongside me with Jordan Malovchek. Welcome to our coverage here tonight of the girls volleyball game. Now, Jordan, I got to ask you tonight. Last year, the Francis Howell North Knights lost both of their games, both of them in 3 sets against the Spartans. What do you think that the team needs to do tonight in order to get the win?
Joel, I think the key of tonight is going to be they are going to need to strike quick. Last year, they let it go to 3 matches in both, and they just got outplayed in that 3rd match. So really, they're going to want to try and kill this tonight in just 2. So they don't want this to become an endurance test. They want this to be a quick strike. And that's also shown by how Kira Ward was warming up. She was hitting her mark. She was being aggressive the whole time. Delarue as well was hitting that mark, being really good, hard hits, accurate, and those two are going to be some of the big players tonight for the North Knights team.
All right, well, the crowd section here is really hyped here tonight as we are about to get started here for this matchup. Now, one other question I have to ask you. The Spartans are coming in here with a brand new coach whose first game was this past game against Kirkwood on the 27th. How do you think that the Knights can use this to their advantage?
I think how they want to make sure, like, as we've seen, this is not necessarily the same team as we saw last year. There's some new faces out here on this starting group. So this coach hasn't seen these players yet. So they really want to make sure that that inexperience is coming in because this coach doesn't know these players.
All right. Now it looks like we're going to get started just right here as it looks like the referee is checking the roster to make sure that everything is correct.
So tonight, the North Knights are actually starting 3 seniors, and Peyton Stevenson, Kira Ward, and Sarah Zimmerman as the libero. They've had a great chemistry together. They've been playing together for a while, especially Kira Ward and Zimmerman, who have been playing together on Varsity for the past few years. So I think that's going to be a huge chemistry play in the night. They kept 3 solid players in, and they're subbing in kind of 3 others.
All right, and with that being said, we are just about ready to start here as number 15, Haley Vlasos, the senior from Central, will be getting underway here. And it starts off with a net serve, and the Knights have got it all ready. And
Wards are going to need to take care of these big opportunities like this. Give them an inch, and they're going to need to take a mile.
All right, Grace Roberts with the serve. It gets over the net, and it goes over, and it hits the top. Wow, that was an interesting play there. It hits the tapestry hanging above it, and the Knights get another weird break. Roberts here again. Here she is with the serve, getting it up. And there's the hit, and there's the tip there by both Peyton Stevenson and Kira Ward. Here comes the hit by Kylie Schaefer, and it was a net hit there. And Kylie Schaefer hits it back over again. Here it comes back up, and seems to be a miscommunication there, as it looks like the libero there didn't know whether to hit it or not.
North getting 3 good breaks here, and they're really wanting to put them on their heels early here now.
All right, another serve from Roberts, and it looks like it's going to be a hit straight over there. Roberts underneath, back to Schaefer again, and they go up for the Central goes up for the block, but it gets passed and out of bounds as the Knights 4 in a row to start off this game.
That's a big hit right there, and that's going to be a huge confidence booster as Central is already taking a timeout.
Yeah, indeed. There's been some very unlucky breaks for them already for Central. You know, hitting the tapestry, miscommunication, hitting the net on the first serve. Not the best way to start off this game for the Spartans.
And I think that's why they called this timeout. They need to get going. They had that huge miscommunication there that let North go up 2-0, and now they're up 4-0 with some big plays. Now, these may be some lucky things, but North is going to take these chances. Like I said, they're wanting to get out of this early. They don't want this to become an endurance race, and that is part of it. North wants to keep playing aggressive here. They're up 4-0, and I can guarantee you they are not going to let up. They're not going to play conservative. They want to play aggressive tonight.
All right, well, we're going to get back into play here after that first timeout has ended. Roberts is going to be coming in for her 5th straight serve or fourth straight serve, my mistake. Here comes Roberts coming in by the libero. Here comes the spike there, and that was a block by Kylie Schaefer. That was a beautiful block right there by them. Central tried to get a break again, but that block right there, good enough to keep them over. Roberts again, hitting it over. That's going to be up, and they're finally going to get a point there. That was a spike by Alexis Pearson, the sophomore here. And now it's going to be the libero Alexis Arnell, the freshman, as she gets it over. Schaefer with the dive there. Roberts to Stevenson, and that was a miss hit right there. And the Knights are going to get the ball right back, 6-1 right now. And Hannah Zimmerman comes in to replace Kira Ward to take this serve.
North is looking very dominant here early on. Kylie Schaefer has been playing excellent so far.
You're right. Here comes back in. And here comes. And Sarah Zimmerman can't get direct contact on it, as the Spartans are going to get it right back as they make a couple of substitutions. Olivia Green, the junior, is going to come in along with number 8, Josette Prince, who is going to take the serve here. 6-2 right now for the Spartans, or for the Knights, as ball comes over. Zimmerman gets it to Roberts, gets it to Peyton Stevenson. Here comes the hit there, block, tip, and they get it back over. What a recovery right there. And they try for it, and that tip right there. That was a nice play right there by Jessie Kretter, recognizing the block and just lightly tipping it over to get the point.
That was a big play by Sarah Zimmerman out in the corner, being able to save that ball after coming off of a weird angle.
All right, Roberts coming in, Zimmerman with it. Here comes Santel with the hit, and it goes back up. Let's see, and they just hit it over after 2 to Roberts. And Roberts just gets it over, and that was a great play right there. Arnell tried to get this save on that, but unfortunately there was nobody there to support it back. Zimmerman's coming in for the serve as Isabel Delarue gets back on the court to replace Peyton Stevenson. Here it comes back in, and Santel looking for the spike, can't get it. Here comes the backcourt spike by Green. Zimmerman with the save. Here comes Robert Santel again, and they go for the block, but it doesn't go over the net. That was both Olivia Green and Jessie Kredler there. The crowd is getting very into it now, being up by over 5 points. You know, it's very easy to see why. Zimmerman again, here she comes. Saved by Alder there. Here comes Olivia Green. Oh, it's a block by Schaefer. And here it comes again, second chance. Blocked by Delarue. That was 2 blocks in a row.
They're playing amazing tonight. We've already seen a few blocks, and they're just playing big. That's also the crowd is getting real into it because these big plays are coming up very frequently right now.
All right, here we go. Zimmerman coming again, 9-3 now the score for the Knights. Here comes it. That's a net serve there. Just a little bit low for that serve. And the Spartans finally get it back as Hannah Gustenkors is going to be taking the serve. The serve, and that's going to be out of bounds for it. 10-4 Knights. Courtney Wortman, it looks like Courtney Wortman and Brandy Stover are both going to be coming in. Stover to take the serve. Here it comes, and that was a bad serve right there. Hitting her teammate Santel in the back of the head.
So Central's already had 2 missed serves so far, so North is really taking advantage of some of these big things that they're now up by 5.
All right, and Kretter getting in, and Santel unable to make the save right there.
North needs to make sure they're not going to be giving back any momentum here. They have all the momentum in their side. They want to keep it there so they can keep attacking here.
Kretter with the serve. Here she comes over. That's going to be to Santel, and that's a block right there. That was number 15, Haley Vlazos, with the block right there. And the Spartans are starting to get back into it as they are now they're now only down by 3. With the serve, here comes Zimmerman once again with it. Stover with it. Delarue getting the spike in, but it was a nice save there. Backcourt spike there. And that was a backcourt spike, and Hannah Gostenkers once again is able to get it. Once again, Credder with the serve. Now only down 10-8. Here it comes, and that's a net serve. That's 3 net serves already this game.
And the crowd's really liking that. That's their 3rd one of the game, like you said. And North is really wanting to live off of that, because without those 3, this game is tied down at 8-8, and that's without counting whoever would have gotten those points.
That's right. Brittany Skeen now coming in to serve for the Knights. Gets it over, and here it comes back in, and they aren't able to get it. That's going to be another point for the Knights, as it looked like Vlasos was trying to get it, but it was a little bit too close for the net for her. Skeen going again, and that's a net serve for 4 of them this game. All right, here comes Emily Mundell coming in to take this serve. And Zimmerman with right there, Stover, and Delarue going in. That was a great hit right there by her. She was showing her ability to hit it well all throughout practice, and now she's going to be getting this serve here. As Peyton Stevenson comes in for the libero serve, Zimmerman. Here comes Delarue, and that's another net serve. That's 6 of them now. Wow. Both sides seeming at some points not to get the ball over the net. Here comes Ward with the save there. Comes in Stevenson, looks like she's coming in. And that's going to be a point for the Spartans there, as Peyton Stevenson hits that rod right there. Here comes it. That's another net serve. That's 7 points now for both sides with net serves there. And it looks like the refs are going to be talking.
So it's really looking like it's going to be a very offensive game. Once that ball gets over that net, anything's going to happen. We've seen some big hits already from Isabel Delarue, Kylie Schaefer, and Peyton Stevenson. And they're just getting these big hits off. They're making good reads, but they have to be making sure that they're going to be attacking here.
Right.
We've seen them already. They're starting to let Central back in this game, which is not what they want. They don't want these close sets. They want these to be quick and good.
All right, the crowd's getting into it as Roberts gets a serve in play. Here it comes, and here's the spike. That was a great spike there. That was Kayla Steinmeier there. I shouldn't say spike. My mistake.
That's a big hit right there. That's really hard to do. As we saw, Kiera Ward got a little bit of a tip on that ball, but it's still going really hard. So that Skeen just wasn't able to make a play on that.
All right, and there's a block there. And that's once again Kayla Steinmeier there. As
Roberts was trying to tip that ball over, but she just got stuffed by 2 defenders on the central side of the ball.
All right, here comes again Schaefer with there. Emma Roberts setting the ball. Ward with the hit, but that's a dig right there. Here comes a back row hit from Vlazos, and that's unable to find the court as it goes out of bounds. And Hannah Zimmerman is going to be coming back in to take this serve for them. 15-13 to score now for the Knights. And Zimmerman with the serve in. And it looks like two Central players colliding. Zimmerman getting it in. Roberts. And they're gonna call it on the Knights there with a double hit. So that's gonna be the Spartans' point.
North making a lot of substitutions here so far this game, which is good. They have a very strong bench as well, with anybody just being able to come off the bench and make a play. So that's going to be really big for the North Knights tonight.
All right, Prince back on to make the serve, and she serves it out of bounds. There's been a lot of miscues on the serving tonight, with many going out of bounds or into the net. As Sarah Zimmerman is going to be getting into the serve, and right there it looks like it's going to be hit by Olivia Green. Zimmerman with the save. Roberts into Isabel Delarue, and she just decides to serve over. Here comes, and it's just going to be a bump over. Here then Schaefer. Schaefer tries to get it, but that's a block right there. And that's going to be a tip over there by Hannah Gustenkers. That was a nice play right there to get over the Knights defense, as now it's going to be a 16-15 game.
That was a good read right there. She didn't want to hit it too hard that Kylie Schaefer could get a good hit on it, but she put it just light enough to where it just get in that low no man's land right behind her.
All right, and as that happens, here it comes again. It looks like Vlasov with the small hit again. Santel with the diving save. Here comes a Schaefer, as Schaefer is able to get it.
Kylie Schaefer now has 3 hits on this game. She has been an offensive powerhouse.
And just like that, she gets taken out of the game for Brandy Stover to take her serve for her. Here comes Stover, getting it in. And that's a nice serve there. As it looks like that was Gustenkers trying to make the save there, but unfortunately unable there. And Stover again. And that's another net serve.
Going back to that serve right before it, that one was perfectly placed right in the middle of the defense. Nobody was there. They tried to make a diving stop, but it just wasn't going for them.
You're right. Here comes Kretter, the serve. It comes going up, and it looks like a hit by Courtney Wortman. Here comes, they're going to try and get it back up, and that ball goes out of bounds there, as they got a lucky break there, as Santel was unable to get the block at that time. And Brittany Skeen is going to be coming back into the game to take this serve. Here comes the serve by Skeen, and Skeen gets it over. That's going to be a set, and that's going to be... And that was a nice hit there by Alexis Pearson, as she was able to find the far corner there.
She put just enough on that ball to where it wasn't going to go right into the hands, but she also took off just enough so that it had a little bit of lob so it landed right where she wanted. That was a great read by Central.
All right, Mundell coming in, and here comes a hit by Delarue, and that was a great block there. Haley Vlasov able to get it. And just like that, Central has cut the lead down to 1. Here comes again by Mundell. Here comes Kira Ward with the hit. And they were able to save it. What a diving there by Gustenkers. And here comes. And Courtney Wortman was able to get it over, as it looked like Vlasov was trying to make the save there, or the block there, but unfortunately she wasn't able to get all of it, her hand on that.
North doing a good job there of not getting too riled up. They were so close to that point early on, but they powered back through it, even after that big save by Central, and they made sure they got that point back, because they deserve that.
And Courtney Wortman diving into the crowd, but unfortunately Isabel Delarue isn't able to get it over the net. That was a great effort there by Wortman, diving into the crowd right there.
And that's the kind of intensity that need to be playing with tonight. She went full on into the crowd, and it was just great effort, like you said. So they need to be kind of playing with that intensity. As now they're tied 20-20. North needs to make sure that they're taking these last 5 points and they're going with it.
You're right. Both sides right in the pinnacle right now. Here comes the hit by Courtney Wortman. And that was a tip right there. And that is, wait, never mind. There was no tip on there. Central takes their first lead of the game, and the Knights are going to take a timeout right here.
Big timeout here, as we are only 4 points away from finding out who may take this set. So what they need to be talking about here is they need to be making sure they're shoring up their defense. We've seen some holes in both sides so far. Like I said earlier, it's going to be a very offensive game. But North started out with a 6-0 lead as well. So they need to make sure that they're taking all this momentum back. They've got a packed house here tonight. The student section is going absolute crazy, having many a chance, as you guys can hear right now. But it's going to be crucial that they take some of that energy from that crowd, and they're using it on the court tonight.
All right, here we go. 21-20 now for the Central Spartans, as Blazos is going to be taking the serve here. With it over, and it looks like I know it's a light hit over by Wortman. Comes a back row hit from Blazos, and that's going to be inbounds. That was right on the line right there.
That one's just a tough break for North there. They're going to need to make sure that they're rallying back here, because they have to score 5 in the time that's going to take Central to score 3.
You're right. Here comes once again for Blazos. Just getting to stay there, and it looks like a back row hit from Kira Ward there. Here it comes, and I tried again with another floater there. That was almost, here it comes here. That was a tip there by Peyton Stevenson and Kira Ward there, as that was Alexis Pearson who got the hit on that. And now the Spartans only need 2 more. And just like that, Francis North takes another timeout.
North's just kind of looking a little, I don't want to say afraid, but they're looking a little uneasy on the defensive side of the ball right now. They aren't making necessarily good reads. As we saw, there was a little bit of a miss set there that forced Kira Ward to go down into a bump instead of the hit that she was looking for. But they need to be able to recover here. They don't want to drop this first set, because that means they're going to have to force it to 3. And like we were saying, last year, both of those games went to 3, and both of them they dropped in that third one. They just lost gas. And they need to make sure that they don't let this go. They need to keep fighting for these final 5, and hopefully they're going to be able to pull it out in this set.
All right, here we go. We're going to be bringing it back as Blazos is going to continue to serve. Here it comes. Looks like Ward. And that was a nice floater there by Courtney Wortman, as it looked like it was going to be Alexis Pearson and Hannah Gustenkers that was trying to get the block on it, but that tip unfortunately made the ball fall right in the middle of all of those defenders.
We've already seen that play from Wortman a couple of times tonight, when it looks like she's going to go for the hit, and then she just gives that nice little tip over, and it really catches the Central defense off guard, as it should.
All right, and that was number 9. That was Kayla Steinmeier, who was able to find the back of the court. And now the Spartans are just 1 point away from taking this first set.
North needs to get this ball back, because they're very good about stringing points together when they have the ball in their possession.
Here comes Kylie Schaefer, and that's a block right there, and that goes out of bounds. And now the lead is down to 2.
Big play there for North. They need to get 3 points here and quick, but they've been really good, as once they get the ball, they're able to score at least a couple of points.
All right, here comes Hannah Zimmerman. Here comes and looks like that's going to be out, as Steinmeier looked like she was trying to find the back corner, and just like that, the Knights are rallying back. Now only 1 point down.
They need to get this point here so that they can force that 2-point win.
Zimmerman coming in, and it taps the net, and that's an ace. And just like that, the Knights have tied the game. They only need 2 more points to take this set.
That's a big play there as we're now here at 24-24. This is a completely new game. Those timeouts really helped this team.
Here comes Zimmerman once again. And it looks like it's going to be a floater there. And here comes Josie Santel. Trying to get it, and it looks like that was a great hit right there from Gustenkers once again. And now they have game point once again.
North here is going to have to come up with a really big clutch play. Who's it going to be out there? Hannah Zimmerman for the past couple of sets here has been amazing. She's been playing real good. She had an ace there in that last one.
All right, here comes Josette Prince, who's going to be trying to get that set winning point here. Here comes, and that's a far. Roberts coming in. Here comes Shiley Schaefer. A floater in. That's a free ball right there. And it hits the tapestry. And Schaefer goes in. That was a great hit right there by Kylie Schaefer, going in between all of the defense. And now, once again, the game is tied.
Schaefer there with another big hit. She is now at 4 on the night. She has been an absolute powerhouse on this offensive side of the ball.
Here comes Sarah Zimmerman once again with this serve. That's a nice save there by Hannah Zimmerman. It looks like Isabel Delaware the block. And now the Knights are leading 26-25. The crowd is getting into it as they know they have 1 point to take this set. As Central is taking the timeout.
We are in a grudge match here right now, 26-25, and this is just the first set, Joel. We are in for a treat tonight. These two teams are both battling out right now for their second win on the season.
Absolutely. Both of these teams seem like they are giving it their all. Just in this first set, that's going to be amazing to see what happens in this guaranteed 1 set left. Hopefully, probably even 2.
I think that can be very well attributed to they both know this is going to be a really hard game, and they really want to get this advantage of 1 because then the other team has to send it to 3, and they have to win 2 in a row. So this is a very big set right here, and this may determine who wins tonight.
Here we go. The North team and all the crowd people holding up their ones to represent the game point. Here comes again. And that's a miss hit right there. And the Knights take the first set, 27-25.
North taking a big, big match right there. That's going to mean so much here in the long run. As I said, they have to come out aggressive, and that's what they did. They slowed off a little bit there in the middle, but then they came back at the end. They were down 24-21 at one point, if you remember right. And that was just a big comeback right there for North as they took this set 27-25 there with a huge push at the end.
You're right. Those 2 timeouts taken by the Knights went down 21-20 and 23-20. Apparently what Coach Stover has been telling them really did help get them to get this set win. And now they're going to be looking to take this game in just 2 sets.
I also want to go back to a little play. If you saw it hit this curtain that's up above, North handled that perfectly. Unlike Central back when it was their second point of the game, Central didn't know necessarily what to do with that. But that's a big benefit of North practicing in this gym is they know how it bounces off of this, and they know how to play off of that well. And that was a big game changer when they came back from that. Because Central looked like they didn't even know what was going on. They thought that play was over.
You're right. That's part of the good things about home field advantage, knowing your surroundings. All right, so in this first set, Jordan, were there any standout players in your eyes that the Knights implemented?
If I were to give it out right now, player of the game, Kylie Schaefer by far. She had a few really big blocks. She had 4 hits, and they weren't just like regular hits. These were lasers. These were amazing hits, hard hits. She's playing strategically. She's playing smart. And this is just, it's been a big night for her. And the thing is, she's only a sophomore. She gets to come back for 2 more years after this. And I know she's going to be a big key part of this team.
All right, as the crowd is getting very hyped for this second set, as there's 45 seconds left until the first serve. Actually, no, there's less, because now the teams are going to be heading back onto the field after they've switched sides. And we're just about ready to go underway for set number 2 here at FHN North. If you were just now tuning in, my name is Joel Bennett, along with Jordan Malovchek, for coverage of today's girls volleyball GAC South matchup as FHN North Knights take on Francis Howell Central Spartans.
North just took a very crucial lead as they took the first set at 27-25. That was an absolute grudge match there to the end. North took a big lead at first, starting off 6-0, and then they kind of slumped off in the middle. They let Central have that motivation, which they need to make sure that they don't allow in this second set, because that may be just what sends them to the third, and they don't really want that, as that's going to become an endurance battle.
All right. And now I don't know what the refs are doing right now. I think they are checking to make sure that both sides have the correct players on the field. But while we're on this break, why don't we talk about what happened last year for both these teams? The Knights going 11-16-3, and the Spartans going 15-14. Both teams want to try and win this in order to get that upper edge, so they can get a great record above 500. How do you feel that they can do that?
I think really for the North Knights, it's going to be just making sure they're playing together. Multiple of these players have came back. It's their second or third year, or some it's even their fourth year, that they are playing together up here on the varsity level. So that chemistry is going to play into it big. And for those new players, they're really going to need to step up, and we've already seen a few of them step up. Now for Central, they're going to need to make sure that they are coming back into this. They lost a little bit. They may have lost a little bit of motivation from that first match, as that was a really hard-fought one at the end where the North Knights just took over. But they're going to make sure that they need to get this back, as there's a miss serve already on the beginning. Almost bounced in, but it just barely tipped out.
Once again, another miss serve, as that seemed to be a big problem in the first set. Here comes up. And it looks like it's going to be a hit, as that's going to be safe from Josie Santella. Schaefer gets it in, and that's another big hit by Kylie Schaefer, as they're able to get it 1-1. As Hannah Zimmerman comes back in to serve for Kira Ward.
Kylie Schaefer with another one. That is her 5th hit of the night. She is on fire, and I'm sure we're going to see some more of her again.
Absolutely, as here comes Zimmerman, who's going to be coming in for the serve. Coming in, and that's a nice save. That was going to be a good save there by Alexis Arnell, but that ball just goes out of bounds. And Zimmerman again, getting it over, and that's going to float over out of bounds. And now here comes Arnell coming in to make the serve for the Spartans. Here it comes, and that's going to be high up by Josie Santel as it gets over, and she floats it over. And that's a diving save by Hannah Zimmerman there. And that's Ellie Roberts trying to get it over on the second one. Here comes a hit by Steinmeier, and that goes out of bounds. And now the Knights are going to get possession back.
This one's just going back and forth. That's what we're kind of expecting. We're expecting to see a big grudge match in the second match. Each team's wanting to win some here to prove it.
You're right. Here comes Sarah Zimmerman now. It's a good serve here. Here it comes. And that's going to be up, and that looked like it was going to be a block with Santel floating it over, but that goes too far outside, and that's going to go out of bounds as once again, the two sides switch possession.
That was a good read there by Santel. She came over. She saw there's two defenders already ready, right to be in her face. And it was a good idea to go for that tip. She just put a little too much on it.
All right, Prince coming over. And it looks like that was trying to be blocked. And they're going to give it to Princess Howell North.
It looks as though they are calling one of the Central players on touching the net. I believe that was number 14.
That would have been Hannah Gustenkers. Oh, here comes Schaefer with the serve. And that was a great kill right there by Isabel Delarue.
She's also had a big night on offense tonight, Joel. She has 3 hits so far.
That was with the laser serve by Kaylee Schaefer. That mishap right there by the Spartans. Here comes back again. And that's going to be in balance as Gustenkers is able to find the back part of the court.
That was a good hit. Perfectly positioned right there on the back line.
Right, as Gustenkers will take the serve right here. It goes up and Santel hits the net. Now they're going to tie it back up again. One thing that's been fairly consistent here in the second set.
It looks like Santel was trying to go for a little pocket here right above the North Knights logo on this far side, but it just caught the top of the net and it just rolled down into it.
Yeah. Santel trying to get the cross again. Here it comes. And that's a nice save there by Zimmerman. Here comes again Stover getting the serve here. Santel again hitting it straight to the libero. Here it comes. And that's a great save there once again by Sarah Zimmerman. Santel once again going for the hit, and she doesn't get her whole hand on it as that just goes into the net again. But that was a great rally there by both sides.
That was some great play there by Sarah Zimmerman in particular. She took a couple of those big hits right off the hands, and she did a great job there.
All right, here it comes. And that's going to be standing. Oh, what a save there by Sarah Zimmerman once again. There's a reason she's the libero. Here it comes again. And it looks like that's going to be a floater hit. Stover with the save. Back hit by Hannah Zimmerman. And that's another save there by Gustenkers. Hit it over. Sarah Zimmerman with it. Set up. And it looks like Delarue tried to get it over. Sarah Zimmerman once again with the save. This is insane. Here it comes again. Looks like it's going to be a hit. Hannah Zimmerman saves it. Santel with the hit. Can't get it. What a save again. Delarue trying to get it. But they're going to save it again. Zimmerman with it. Stover going for Delarue. Oh, what a save right there. Delarue with the save. Stover to Wortman. And that's a nice save right there. Oh, my goodness. This is incredible here. Incredible play by both sides. Here comes Santel. And that's a block right there, but it goes out of bounds. That was amazing. Wouldn't you say so, Jordan?
That was amazing. There were so many save plays. Sarah Zimmerman, there was a diving play out there by the libero of Central. That was just amazingly long. That was a huge endurance test. And each team is going to be tired after that. As you can see, a lot of players bending over here on the Central side of the ball, and they're going to need to make sure that they're getting a quick breather, but North is not going to let it happen.
All right, Skeen coming in. He's serving it over. And a hit by Olivia Green. Zimmerman saves it. Ward trying to get the hit over. Saved there by Arnell. Here it comes. And that's a save. That's a hit there by Kretter. The Knights tried to get a couple of hands on it, but was able to sneak through and find the court.
That was a great attempt there by Kira Ward, just glancing off of her hands, though. So that's going to be a point for Central as they take the lead again. As that's another miss serve. It looks like the first set is starting to come back. We started this one out with a miss serve, and there's another one. That has been a big role in tonight's game.
You're right. As now I believe that was 12 net serves there. Delarue coming over, and that's another one. There have been so many miscues on the serving end. There have been some that have been floating over, some that a good majority of them hitting the net. That seemed to be a constant theme here tonight. As we'll see Emily Mundell come in to serve this ball. Here it comes. Zimmerman with the stave. Stover going to Stevenson as Stevenson hits the net. There's so, going back to the net serves right there, there's so many points that are getting wasted. There's so many points just getting handed out for free for both sides. And that was a kill there. And Kira Ward tries to save it, but she looks like she hurt her hand there with that. That was a great hit there by Alexis Pearson.
Ward in some obvious pain there as she's shaking her hand. Stover getting up, asking if she is okay, but Ward's going to stay in the game. And that's just the kind of player she is. She is a hard-nosed player, and she's going to stick in there.
And just like that, Stover hits it under the net. As now it looks like the Spartans are getting momentum as they've been able to pull out a 4-point lead. Here comes once again by Mundell. Saved there by Stover. Skeen trying to hit it from the back, but she can't get her full hand on it. And now there's a timeout called by Francis Howell North. This is going to be a pretty great timeout as the Spartans have been able to get ahead by 5 points. Stover's going to try and talk them and trying to get them back into this game.
Well, we've been in this situation before, a little later in the set last time, but still all the same. We are down by 5 points now, 12-7, and they need to get moving. They don't want this to be too far out of hand, and they want to start getting back in this. They want to at least make it at least a grudge match. They would hope that they can take this and they can take another big lead, but that may just not be possible. They need to make sure that they catch up here, and then they just need to take over the rest of this game.
All right. And it looks like the Central is ready to get back on the court as Stover is going to take as much time as he can. Nope, never mind. He is now going to be releasing the players. As Mundell's going to continue serving for the Spartans here. Here comes Mundell. Yeah, hit it in. Zimmerman with the nice dig right there. Wortman with the small serve, with the small hit, and she's able to get it over.
Great read there. She saw the two blocks coming up. Just give a light little hit just to the left of them, and it just fell down in this nice little pocket that's just wide open.
That's right. As Grace Roberts comes back and is going to continue serving, or is going to get back to serving for the Knights. Here it comes. This is a nice save there. And here comes the hit. And that was both Kylie Schaefer and Peyton Stevenson were trying to block that hit by Steinmeier. But, oh, that landed out of bounds. So that's going to be a point for the Knights. And Roberts is going to serve it again. That's a nice dig right there. Here comes, and nobody's there. But Skeen was able to save the play right there. As Pearson tries to say, that's a block by both Stevenson. There goes, and that's a net hit right there by Steinmeier. And the Knights are starting to get back in this.
North has been really good about getting that ball back, and then they're keeping it in their half of the court. Great read and play there by Brittany Skeen to come up and save that rally.
You're right.
Which ended up in the North getting points.
All right, here comes, and Ward with it, and that's a block right there. That was a great block by Steinmeier and Pearson right there to put pressure on them. The Knights tried to save that, but unfortunately they were unable to. All right, here comes Vlazos. Here comes again. It looks like it's going to be hit by Ward, and that's going to be a loft over. And Central's calling it out. And they are going to get that out call.
It looks like Stover is going to challenge just a little bit. I believe he's claiming that it went off the hands of a blocker.
You're right. But unfortunately, he isn't going to get it. And now it's going to be... And that was a weird hit there by Zimmerman. And now the lead is back up to 5 for the Spartans.
That play could have had a crucial play in this game, as now the Spartans are back up by 5. So North needs to get this motivation back as they go now down by 6. They need to make sure they get this motivation back and start getting back in this game. They need to battle it back, as this is the next time out by the North Knights.
And that ace by Blazos is going to get Kent Stover to call the timeout, the second one for this half. As once again, they looked like they were starting to gain a little momentum, but the Spartans were able to get a little bit more back, and now they were able to extend their lead to 6.
Joel, as we've seen time and time again, the first match it was really bad. The second match, hopefully not speaking too soon, but it's been a little bit better with these missed serves. What kind of role has that played so far in this game?
Well, the missed serves have obviously given both sides free points, and considering how Central had a couple more than the Knights did in that first set, that's probably a big reason on why the Knights were able to win it overall. Here comes Ward with the hit, and that's a nice save there. Here comes, and Steinmeier trying to get it. Here comes a hit again by Ward, and Ward's able to get it in. That was a nice hit there by Ward, able to get it in between defenders there. As
the senior Kira Ward coming in there with a big hit. They needed to get this ball back in their end of the court, and Hannah Zimmerman has been very good on their serves tonight, and the team has been rallying around her.
And Steinmeier again with the hit. Nice save there. And here comes Schaefer, and that's a block there, and that's going to be in bounds. A nice save there by both Pearson and Gastenkers. Once again, their libero, Alexis Arnell, is going to be back to take this serve.
Schaefer really didn't have anywhere to go with that ball. She was completely blocked off by those blockers, and she just needed to count on anybody behind her, but there just wasn't anyone there.
And that's a cross hit right there by Josie Santel, able to find the other side of the court. As the Knights are able to get their possession right back, and it looks like the others are Sarah Zimmerman will now be taking this serve.
Sarah and Hannah have both been on this varsity team together since freshman year. This is their 4th year together, so that's a big thing, and that's a big chemistry for them.
Block right there. Here comes Roberts, and the backcourt hit from Hannah Zimmerman, able to find the back of Central's court. That was a nice backcourt hit right there by Hannah Zimmerman. Once again, Sarah Zimmerman is going to be getting the serve right here. And back up. Nice save there. There's a nice save there by Roberts. Here comes to Kylie Schaefer, and that's a block there. That was Gastenkers once again getting her hands on that ball, able to get the block.
Schaefer's just been getting blocked over on that side. She's getting isolated. There's nobody behind her to make a play off of those blocks because they have her on lockdown. They saw how strong she's been. She has 5 hits on the night. So you definitely know Central is making sure and making it a point that she's not going to get another one.
Here comes Delarue trying to hit the cross court. Here comes Gastenkers, and that goes out of bounds after that. And now it's going to be a 19-13 lead for the Spartans.
The good thing, though, is as we saw, Delarue was wide open down here with no blocker. That's the good thing about why Schaefer is getting blocked so much, is she is opening up holes for everybody else.
And Delarue trying to float it over, and that looked like a Credder punishing the Knights for that miscue right there. As Josette Prince is going to continue serving for the Spartans.
North needs to get some motivation here. They need to get back into that mindset, that into that first set, or they aren't going to be able to compete. They need to make sure that as that one's hit out as we have another missed serve.
You're right. And now the Knights get another chance to serve, as it's going to be Kylie Schaefer. Schaefer coming in. And that looked like another diving save by Sarah Zimmerman there. Schaefer from the back row is able to get it. And that's a miss hit there by Vlazos. As now they're going to continue. Another nice hit there by Kylie Schaefer. This time from the back row. Comes to serve. Here comes. And Olivia Green was able to get it as Delarue and Emma Roberts tried to get the block on that, but it just goes out of bounds for her.
I think the North Knights are looking for a different kind of look here. Stover and Wortman come in. They're making sure that they're shoring up their defense here, and just hopefully they're going to get points out of it.
Here comes Delarue. Delarue able to find the back corner. Another hit for Delarue. That's 4 on the night for her. And as Brittany Skeen is coming in.
North needs to make sure that they capitalize on this opportunity. They are now down by 5 at 21-16, and we're starting to get into the later stages of this set, so they need to make sure they pull these out.
Another save by Zimmerman there, as it looks like you're going to get Kira Ward. And there it comes. Let's see if they can save it. And it looks like Kira Ward's going to just bump it over. Cubs is going to be. And they save it again. What a save right there. Playing it off the net. And it's just. Kira Ward able to. Looks like that could have been bad right there. A back row hit. And the Spartans try and get it, but that's a great save there. That's a great block there by both Courtney Warman and Isabel Delarue there.
That was an amazing block right there. They put Central right back at it, and I don't think they're ready for it. That ball was going everywhere on the Central side of the ball, and that was another really long rally, and that's what North is trying to thrive off of at the moment.
That's right. Here comes Skeen once again. It looks like it's going to be. And Zimmerman tries to save that hit by Vlazos, but unfortunately unable to get enough of her arm underneath that hands to get that ball up some more. Here comes Creder. Creder with the serve. 22-17 the score as the Spartans lead this second set. Because a backcourt hit by Skeen. That's going to go out of bounds for him. As now the Spartans are only 2 points away from forcing a third set here.
Spartans are really trying to speed this game up. They're getting right into place, and they're wanting to really pressure this North Knights defense. As we've seen, it's really working.
That's a misplay by Brittany Skeen, and now the Spartans are once again 1 point away.
North needs a huge comeback if they want to take it this set, as they are now down 24-17. They've kind of let Central get away with this one, but they need these points here. As that is another missed serve as it makes a reappearance, and that's a big break for North right there.
The first one in a while for both sides. Indeed, as it looks like Isabel Delarue is going to be coming back in to take this serve as Sarah Zimmerman, the libero, comes out. Here it comes, and Pearson is going to try to get it, and she indeed does get it. As the Spartans are going to win this set 25-18. And that's once again the same as last year. We are going to a third set. Now, Jordan, what did you see from both the central side and the north side that played crucial parts here in the Spartans winning this second set?
We've seen it come up time and time again. That second set, they got a little bit better with it, but the first, it was just mess up after mess up. These missed serves are really playing a role now. Every now and then, if it's just like 1 or 2 per set, that's okay. It's not great. You don't really ever want to see them. But the fact that we are seeing at least more than 5 per set is alarming to me. It's giving out easy points that you could fight for, and you could very easily turn some of these chances around if you just fight for those. So both teams are going to have to kind of clean up their act on their serves, make sure everything's getting over the net, and it's mainly just been going low and hitting the net, and then it just gets caught, and then it just hits the ground. We've only seen a couple go out the back, so they need to make sure that they're elevating these serves and making sure they get over the net, because once it gets there, that's an even chance. Both teams have done great tonight on offense, but it's just these missed serves have decided a lot, especially in that first set.
You're right. As some of the key factors for the Spartans and Gastenkers, Vlazos, and Pearson, all three of them hitters have all been able to punish this Knights defense whenever they do make mistakes on offense. And it seems like for the Knights side, Sarah Zimmerman has been playing amazing defense for them. She just needs more support in the back. All right, here we go. The third set is almost underway here.
It is all about endurance from here on out. Like you were saying, Sarah's been playing a hard game. I want to see if that's going to be able to affect how she plays in this last set. As you know, she's going to be a key part of that defense. She took a few really hard hits off of her arm. She's made a lot of diving plays. Same with Kira Ward. She's made a few diving plays. But the real story is, how is Kylie Schaefer going to be bouncing back? That first set, she was amazing. She had 4 hits through that first set, and then she came back and she only got 1 in that second. So she needs to make sure that she's trying to get those big hits, and that just attributes to Central defense. They've been playing big in that second set. They shut her down. They made sure that she wasn't getting anything, but that also opened it up for Isabel Delarue. She had 4 hits throughout. She had only 2 hits in the beginning and 2 hits in that second set. So I want to see what she's going to be able to do in this third one, to see if they're going to focus still on Schaefer or if they're going to go back over to Delarue, because she's had some great hits tonight too, or if they might just split it and kind of play like a more conservative approach.
All right. So if I'm hearing this correctly, Jordan, what you're saying is that we should be in for a treat for this third and final set here tonight.
Yes, that is correct.
That's good. Well, make sure you guys stay tuned in to watch this full third set. Once again, my name is Joel Bennett, alongside me with Jordan Malovchek, as we are here for the coverage of tonight's girls volleyball matchup between Francis Howell North and Francis Howell Central, heading into the third set. Knights taking the first set 27-25, and the second set, Central able to bring it back against North 25-18. And if you want more coverage from us and watching this live stream, make sure you check us out tomorrow, as we are going to show the girls softball play 4:15 at 4:15 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in to watch that. Here we go, third set. Emma Roberts with the hit again. Looks like it's going to be hit by Steinmeier, and that's going to go out of bounds. And Central gets the first point of this crucial third set.
The student section getting quiet now. This is going to be a nail-biting third, and North needs to make sure that they get that group rowdy in the beginning. That's a big save in the back.
That's a nice save there by Vlazos. He's going to hit it up. It's going to be Steinmeier trying to float it over. Schaefer with the save. And you're going to get to Kira Ward, who floats it over. Here it comes. And they're just going to float it over. That was Mundell there. And it looks like Stevenson tried to get it hit over. Here comes the back hit from Vlazos. Nice save there by Peyton Stevenson. Santel with the back hit. Runs back up. It looks like Steinmeier once again is able to find the hole in the defense. Once again, another long rally by both of these teams.
North digging an early hole here as they are now down 2-0. They're not wanting this. As we've said, Central took both of the games last year in this third set, and North didn't have too good of games in either of those third sets, so they really want to make sure that they don't let them get too far out ahead.
There he comes again. Pearson tried to find the hole. Zimmerman's going to hit it over. Looks like trying for... No, that's another hit there. Comes Schaefer. Going to loft it over, and that was beautiful right there. Putting just enough power on that to get over the net, but just barely.
She sold that play excellent. She brought her arm back and everything. She looked like she was going to jump up and just absolutely slap that ball through the hands, and she just gives a nice little feather tap.
And here comes Steinmeier trying to do the same thing, but unable to. Here comes Josie Santel, and that's a nice hit right there. Arnell tried to get the ball back in play, but unfortunately it just went straight off her arms and out of bounds. Hannah Zimmerman once again with the hit. Here comes Pearson, and that's a nice save there by Hannah Zimmerman. Schaefer going for it, and once again is Alexis Arnell unable to recover it as Kylie Schaefer gets another hit. That's a nice save there by Arnell. Here comes, and Vlasov is going to get it over. And Peyton Stevenson going to try for it. Pearson with a nice block right there. Santel able to get it across, and once again, Arnell hitting it out of bounds.
Big play there. The central bench over there getting really excited, and North just quieting them down real quick as they now have a 2-point lead at 4-2.
And Zimmerman again. Here over. And that was Gestenkers once again. A nice hit to the back corner.
North needs to make sure that they're taking care of this and getting the motivation back on their side. It's Hannah Zimmerman. They've been rallying behind her back there. That's who was in that big comeback there in that first match. They've been doing really well behind her.
All right, Arnell coming in. And Zimmerman able to make a nice change right there. Santel with the hit over, and that goes too far out of bounds. Santel really implementing the cross hit tonight. Each of her hits trying to go over to the opposite side, and Peyton Stevenson hits it straight into the net. As now the Spartans are back on top.
North needs to get this ball back right now. They're wanting to get a lead. They're not wanting this to get away from them at all. They don't want to give up more than a 2-point lead. That's going to be hard to come back from with low endurance.
And that looked like that was a nice try there from Peyton Stevenson to try and get that save. As that was, once again, that was Kretter and Gestenkers. Here comes again by Arnell. And Zimmerman trying to get it there. Trying to get it to Kylie Schaefer. She goes across the court, and she gets it in. Another floater by Kylie Schaefer that gets it in.
Schaefer's realizing they're waiting for those big hits from her, and she's just not allowing them to give them the chance. That's now 2 tips she's had in this set alone that she is perfectly read, and she has sold amazing.
Here comes Sarah Zimmerman trying to get it over. And that's a nice serve right there as Vlasov tried to get the diving save there, but unfortunately the ball was too low. And now we're tied 6-6 here.
This is a big point for these guys. Whoever's going to take this lead may be the ones that keep it for the rest of this match.
There it comes as they're running over. Santel with it right there. Roberts to Delarue, who floats it over. That's a nice save there by Mundell.
North looking to take that more conservative approach to those hits. They've had a few tip-ins, not too many big hits, really.
And that was a nice save there. That was Kylie Schaefer once again. And that was a nice hit there. That was Steinmeier. Santel floating it over. That's once again another save by Mundell. Steinmeier trying to get the hit. Here comes Hannah Zimmerman trying to get it over the net from the backcourt, but unfortunately hitting the net.
That was big. Now North needs to make sure that they're not going to let this get away from them. This is right around where they started slipping in that second set, so they need to make sure that they're not going to let that happen again because that just kind of buried them, and they don't want to drop this game.
That's right. Once again, Josette Prince coming in. To Santel, going across once again. Here comes it, she gets it. And Gestenkers makes the mistake. They're hitting it into the net. As once again it is going to be tied. Kylie Schaefer now in back to do the serving here.
Student section starting to get back in this game. That was a big thing in that first match as they were really getting into it. As that's going to be another point for North as that ball just went a little over. And it wasn't where it needed to be. It needed to be back a little bit more to the left so that it didn't go over, and they just couldn't get it there.
That's right. Schaefer with another serve. And that goes straight off of Laszlo's. Nice save there by Arnell. And they're able to get it over. It's Delarue going in, and she's got it. Nice save there by Delarue to get it past the defense and finding that back corner as the Knights are able to get the lead once again, 9-7.
That puts Delarue now at 5 hits. She's with Kylie Schaefer at 5 hits so far this game. She has been absolutely marvelous. That really all opened up when they started blocking Kylie.
And here comes once again Zimmerman getting it there, and looks like they're going to get it to Delarue again, but they're ready for the floater, and they floated over straight from the center. It looked like that was Olivia Green getting that, and Schaefer unable to get full contact on that ball as it just goes out of bounds from there.
Schaefer getting a little bit of contact there. My question is, what would have happened if she would have let it go through? Hannah Zimmerman was right there ready to make that play as she was strafing back to her right.
You're right. Gestenkers with the serve now. Zimmerman with the nice save there. Here, and Wortman, nobody over on this side. They're trying to get it over there. Zimmerman with the backcourt hit. Here comes getting it back to Vlasov. A nice save there by Delarue. And Zimmerman with a nice dig right there. Here comes the Courtney Wortman, who's floating it over. That was a great save there by Gestenkers. And they're able to get it back over. Here comes again. They're looking for Santel. Santel floating it over. Here comes a hit by Olivia Green. That was a nice save there by Courtney Wortman. And Santel getting it over. Comes again. Looks like it's going to be Vlasov floating it over. Zimmerman. And Stover trying to get it. And that was a nice try there by Hannah Zimmerman. But Josette Prince able to float it over. And now once again they're tied. And the central side here at North is getting hyped.
This is crazy. These are two rivalry teams. It's not far between the two schools, so you know both are bringing out a good section. And it's just, you can't really tell who's getting the points. If you're looking down, you're not paying attention, you don't even know.
And once again, there was a mishap there by the Knights playing defense, as now the Central Spartans get the lead once again, back and forth. This is how this set has been playing out so far. Sarah Zimmerman with that right there, looking for Isabel Delarue, but that's going to go out of bounds. But now they're going to hand it to the Knights, as it seemed like there was contact right there by Kretter trying to go up for the block.
This time the Rex listening to Stover. Stover saw contact there. He let them know, and they gave the point to him. So that's going to take it to 10-10. This is going to be a real nail-biter as we go into these last few points.
You're right. Here goes Brittany Skeen coming back in for the serve. And Skeen get out. Tip right there. And Vlasov's getting it over. And Stover looking for Courtney Wortman, going for the hit. Nice save there by Gestenkers. And Justice getting it over. Zimmerman with it there. And it looks like here for Kira Ward. Another save there. Looking for. That was a nice floater there by Kretter. As now they get their 11th point.
North needs to make sure that they're going to get this ball back soon. They don't want Central going up by more than 2 points, as that's going to make it really hard. And they don't want to be in that situation from the first set again.
You're right. Here comes Kretter. And another net serve. The first one we've actually seen for this set, but throughout this whole game, it has been a constant variable in this.
That has been a real thing that's kept these close. So North wants to make sure that they're going to capitalize off that. If they get another point, they're bringing it to 12-11.
That was a great serve there by Delarue, who, as Gestenkers isn't able to fully dig that out. And once again, the Knights are able to get the lead once again.
Stankers hasn't had too much rest this set. She has been playing a lot of volleyball out here, and I think that might be wearing her down now.
All right, here comes looking for someone, but Kira Ward isn't able to get up to it in time.
It looks like there was a little bit of a misread there. Even from our point of view, it looked like that ball might have gone over, but at just the last second it died out, and Kira Ward wasn't able to get to it in time.
All right, Emily Mundell is going to be coming in for the serve this time. Here comes, and Sarah Zimmerman with the nice pancake there. Courtney Wortman, over. Looks like it's going to be Steinmeier who hits the net once again, and the Knights are able to the Knights are able to stay ahead.
This one looks like it's going to be a nail biter all the way to the end. Student section getting into it, players getting into it. Hopefully they have the energy to close this game out, as it is now 13-12 in favor of the Howell North Knights.
Absolutely. Here comes Roberts with it there. A nice save there. And Schaefer getting the kill on there. That was punishment there.
Schaefer, who's kind of resorted to the tips in this set, gives a big hit there over her teammate Peyton Stevenson, but she puts it right on the money for her 6th hit of the night.
Looks like both of them might have actually hit that. And that was a great hit there by Pearson, able to get past both of the blockers.
That was a hard hit. Peyton Stevenson's hands were right there, but she just wasn't able to stop that hard of a hit.
Here comes looking for Kira Ward. Ward looking out, and that was messed up by Emily Mundell once again.
That was a great hit. She held off a little bit. It looks like she may have taken the jump just a little too early, but she was able to recover, and she put that ball right on the money. Had a good spin, and it came right off of the arms of the defender, off and out of bounds.
That's right. Here comes Zimmerman once again, and that's a miscue right there. And now, just like that, the Knights have a 3-point advantage. Their largest since the first set.
This may be big right here. These 3 points could have decided this game, and North needs to make sure that they keep going on it, as they've had some solid play here in the last couple.
It looked like they were going to try for a quick hit there by Schaefer, and that gets through the defense as Stankers once again gets it into the back corner.
It really looks like Central is trying to punish the back three, and North needs to make sure that they're reacting to that. They have a lot of ground to cover back there. They need to make sure that they're making good plays on it.
All right, it looks like Emma Roberts was trying to make the save there, but unfortunately unable to. And just like that, back within 1 point.
Roberts there making it looked a little uncomfortable for her. There was a lot of spin still coming off that ball, and Santel just not able to get back up to it. So that one may be coming back to bite, as they only now have a 1 lead.
There goes a backcourt hit from Vlazos. And here comes looking for Peyton Stevenson, who floats it over. Let's save there by Mundell. Here comes Steinmeier. And Sarah Zimmerman getting a hand on it. Hannah Zimmerman saving it. Peyton Stevenson getting it over. That was a nice defense there. And that's a save there, but unfortunately they're unable to get it over the net for 3. That was a nice pancake there by Kylie Schaefer. But unfortunately that was just a little short for anybody else to get contact on that. And just like that, the Spartans have tied it up once again, 16-16. Here comes a hit from Santel. Looking for Santel again. And that stays in from that block.
Josie Santel, big play there. She seemed a little off near the end of that first and the beginning of that second. She's been missing some of her hits, but that's a big play right there. She puts the knife back on top at 17-16.
You're right. Santel's mostly been doing hits across the court, but this time she just goes straight down the line. It looks like Delaware tried to punish it, but it hit the net there and that was Emily Mundell right there, who couldn't get the ball over the net.
Central looking for a little bit of a protest there. They think Delary went a little over her side of the net, and they weren't liking that call too much.
All right. That was a short serve there by Zimmerman. And Steinmeier trying to get it. And that was a nice save by Hannah Zimmerman. Roberts trying to find the back. That's a nice save from Flazos. Steinmeier once again trying to. Schaefer tries to save it. Well, unfortunately, that was more of a reaction there. And the ball just goes straight down after that.
Great play there. That's hard to read. That's a hard hit coming off the far side. Has a little bit of extra time. That ball was really hard to read.
All right, here comes Josette Prince. Once again, trying to get the serve here. And Zimmerman with the save there. It looks like she's going to be looking for Josie Santel. And that's a block there by Kretter. Schaefer trying to get it. Their hands got it. Zimmerman with the save to the other Zimmerman, to Schaefer. And that's a nice save there by Blazos. Green tries to get it. Zimmerman once again getting over there. Schaefer hitting it over. And getting it to Green. Green with the floater. Sarah Zimmerman once again with the save. Hannah Zimmerman getting it over. Is it in? Is it out? They're calling it in. Sorry for my voice crack there. I get it voice cracks when I'm excited. Dang. That was, once again, so incredible.
North is getting the benefit of a lot of these close calls here. Central's getting a little flustered, as many of their players are calling it, as they get another big point here. They take a 3-point lead here as we go into these final few points.
And now there's going to be a timeout by Francis Howell Central here as North is starting to get. And once again, the student section getting more hype. 5 points away from taking their first win in over a year against these Francis Howell Central Spartans.
Those were some great plays as the judges now talking to their linemen, making sure that they're getting some good views on these, as they know this is going to come down to the final wire, and they don't want to be the ones that are having to call this game.
That's right.
There was a lot of cross-court action going across the net. It was going from the far to close, far to close, far to close. It was absolutely amazing to watch. There were some great plays there. Sarah Zimmerman with a great diving play. There are a lot of diving plays going throughout, not just that rally, but throughout this game. And you can really see it. People are trying hard for these plays. And it's really paying off as we have a heck of a game here coming on to the final few.
You're right. Here comes Kylie Schaefer with the serve. I was coming in, and here comes once again looking for Delarue. Delarue trying to get it, and they get it. The whole Francis Howell North side is so hyped. They're only 4 points away from getting this win now.
They're starting to pull away with this. They're getting inside Central's head, and that's where they need to be.
Here comes Schaefer once again with the serve, and it's a net serve. And the Central Spartans are going to try and get their chance to get momentum back on their side, as Gustenkers is going to go for the serve.
Stover and Wortman coming back in. This has been a good duo tonight. They've been playing very good defense.
You're right. Here comes Zimmerman. The hit. Stover coming in. Looks like for Santel. That's a block there once again by Jesse Kretter. The senior has been getting a lot of action up at the net, making multiple blocks against these Knights.
North needs to shut this little comeback down as soon as possible if they want to keep going. They're now only up by 2 points now.
Comes Gustenkers once again. Zimmerman with the save. And that's a kill there. Once again, Jesse Kretter, the senior, gave the kill right there. And now Stover calls a timeout for the North Knights as they are only up by 1 point.
Stover needs to get some life back in his team right now. They don't want to bring this back to a tie. They've worked so hard to get these 3-point leads. And there goes the Howell North student section. They will let you know that they are here. They're only 4 points away from winning this game.
That's right. They want to make sure that their players make sure that they have their back, and they're going to support them throughout the whole for the rest of this match.
We're down to just 23 seconds left in this timeout, as it looks like the Knights are getting ready to hit the floor again, as they're going to try and close this out. It'll be their first win against Central since before last season.
Whoever wins this once again will move up to 2-0 after both teams won their first league match. As the whole crowd starts cheering for their side. Here comes Gustenkers with the serve. Over going for Delarue. Back, and that's a great hit right there from Isabel Delarue. Here comes as Kira Ward, Brittany Skeen come back in. Skeen's going to be taking the serves. And earlier in this match, with Skeen serving, they were able to get a good lead on the Spartans, but the Spartans were able to fight back after that shift of momentum. Here comes Skeen.
22-20. This is going to be a big rally right here. Both teams looking to take a good hit.
And there's Ward with the hit there.
With a great hit. She puts her team up now 2 points away from the win.
As the Francis Howell north side of the crowd is basically screaming at this point.
As the Central takes another time out. What a game we have here. It is 23-20.
This student section here is so hyped for this third set after being practically silent that second set. And they're just back to their form that they were in from their first set. That probably made no sense, but I hope you guys understand what I mean. Here we go.
Here we have one of the best volleyball games I've ever seen. It is 23-20 between two GAC South rivalries, just a few miles apart, and these two are known for great games. Last year, like we have said, they have gone to 3 sets in both, and this is the closest game out of all of them. North looking to take one, as they've dropped both of them last year, as Skeen goes back for the serve.
And here come Skeen going for the serve. And she gets it over. That's going to go out of bounds.
That's a big miss serve there. They don't want to be doing that. And that's right. One of just a few that we've seen go out of the back of the net.
That's right. And Pearson is going to come back in for the Spartans. One of the better hitters for this team tonight. Here comes Creder with the serve. And that's a save there. That's another save there by... That was incredible there. Going for it. Here comes Wortman, slowly hitting it over. And Justice tries to get it back over. Here comes Ward, and that's a block there. That's Alexis Pearson. Just like that, it's 23-22 for the Knights.
That was a good block. Ward looking a little disappointed in herself after that. She's going to take that and she's going to use it here.
Here it comes. They call it in for it, and just like that, it's a tie game.
Wow, this is a big turn.
That's going to be a timeout for Stover.
Wow, what a ride we have been on in this game so far. Big first match as North took it 27-25, needing those extra couple of points, coming down from 25-21 and coming back and win that first set. And then they went a little quiet.
But now the student section getting up, getting hype, trying to get their volleyball players to give them that momentum. And here we go, 23-23. One side just needs 2 consecutive points to take the win. Both sides cheering them on as Jessie Creder is going to be taking the serve here. Here we go. And that's a miss hit right there. As it looked like it was in between Brittany Skeen and Sarah Zimmerman. And now the Spartans are just 1 point away from taking this third and final set.
North needs to shut Creder down now. She has been amazing tonight from that serve.
And here comes the miss serve. Once again, a net serve. And now it's tied 24-24. This is so stressful.
We saw that in the last set, too. And the first, they went for their final points, and they misserved it. So North needs to make sure they take advantage of this opportunity as Delaware gives a nice serve off there.
Looks like... no, they're going to give it to Central after Peyton Stevenson tried for the punish, but unfortunately hit the net during that.
Stevenson just barely tipping that, and you can see the disappointment in herself. Central getting really lively. North needs to make sure they shut this down now, especially since Central has this advantage. North needs to get back into this. They need to play smart, and they are ready to take whatever is coming to them.
Match point once again for the Spartans. Here comes Ward. Saved by Peyton Stevenson. Here comes Steinmeier, and that's going to be out. 25-25 for the Knights. This is insane.
Wow. What? I've said this all night. What a game. We're 25-25 in the third set of a rivalry match.
Didn't we say this is going to be a crazy set?
Oh, yes. This is going to be a heck of an ending.
Here comes Roberts here. Now looks like that's going to be in as once again Alexis Pearson.
North now having to play from behind. They've been here a few times tonight, but they need to make sure that they're going to keep a calm head and just play.
Once again, 1 point away for the Spartans, as now they're going to put their hope into Haley Vlasos. And Stevenson looks like it's going in. Skeen hits it over. Here comes looking for Pearson, and Pearson gets it, and the Spartans win this insane game here at North. Wow. No matter the result of this game, both sides played incredible tonight. Wouldn't you say so, Jordan?
That was amazing. North may have lost, but that was some great volleyball. That is exactly what we expected out of tonight. A good three-match game, but it was absolutely phenomenal. It was so close. The only time that it wasn't decided in extra was that second set, but that was just absolutely incredible.
You're absolutely right, Jordan. The Spartans are going to go up 2-0 on this season as the Knights fall to 1-1 in this league.
This North Knights team needs to recollect after this. This is a big, heart-crushing loss, but they need to stay true to themselves. It was not a bad game. The only set that they looked a little uneasy in was that second one, and they need to make sure that they bounce back off of this because that was some great volleyball. North took that first set. They had so much momentum going into it. They may have let up a little bit there in the half, but they came back and they were hitting hard. Second set, Central came out just firing. They had some great plays. They really rallied around Credder as they went up often by 6 or 7 points. Just North could not get caught up. And then in that last set, what a nail-biter, Jewel. That was some of the most amazing volleyball I've seen. We saw a lot of cleanup work in that third set, though. Not as many missed hits or missed serves. And I think that really played a role in why it was so big. That missed serve on the 24th point by Credder was absolutely, that changed the game, although they ended up still winning.
Absolutely. Well, we hope you guys... Now, Jordan, before we go, who would you say would be your player of the game for this?
So for the North Knights, I'm going to start with our home team, the North Knights. It was a really hard decision between Isabella Delarue and Kylie Schaefer. But overall, I think I have to give this one for the North Knights to Kylie Schaefer. She had 6 hits on the night, and she had a couple of really key tips over that net. She noticed in that second set that she was getting blocked, and she was getting blocked hard. There was a lot of attention being played to her from the Central side of the court. So she really built off of that. She did a couple of tips which they weren't expecting, and you can see it and it opened up windows for Isabella Delarue. And that really helped change the game and make the, especially at third set, really awesome. Now, overall, I would say just because of her serving and how she was able to kind of put the team on her back and they rallied around her, that would have been over for the Central Spartans. That would have been Jessie Kretter and Alexis Pearson. They both had big games tonight. Kretter was serving for most of that second set. She did absolutely amazing. So I would say both sides had a very strong game. Both were very offensive like we thought they would.
And there was some great defense, too, with a lot of diving plays and a lot of little miracles. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to this live stream of the Francis Howell North Knights taking on the Francis Howell Central Spartans, as the Spartans were able to get out on top 2-1. We'd like to thank, of course, Paige Westerman, Mike Willman, and Lexi Davis, our camera people for tonight, Maddie Chenault, our editor who was covering the score tonight, and of course Jordan Malovchik here, my color commentator. We hope you guys can tune in for our next live stream, which will actually be tomorrow, as our softball team will be taking on the Pattonville Pirates at 4:15 from Francis Howell North Gym. My name is Joel Bennett. Good night.